Healthier Choices Management Corp stock update. So HCMC closed the session of the 3rd of March 2021 at $0.0017. The last bid record shows 121.448 million shares. The last ask volume says it's 181.841 million shares. We have a position in HCMC. Moving forward, we can see that there is some news here. This news came out. It wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. That's Tuesday. We have that disclosure here, and it says Healthier Choices provides update on recent conversions of its Series C preferred stock. You definitely must have heard about this. These warrants, these preferred stocks and stuff like that, they have been affecting the volume of the outstanding shares. Somebody here on Reddit tried to explain that. It says, in simple terms, if you had $10 in value after this press release, it's actually roughly $14.5. That is without having a bull or bear effect. However, that's not how numbers work. This will still need to tick up so you get $14.5 of the $10, but in hindsight its real value is $14.5. For those who are questioning why there are so many shares, there is actually less shares. If you have to understand that one of a Series A or Series B share may be equivalent to millions of common shares. Common shares are the ones, obviously, the ones we are trading. Many of those shares, Series A, B, C, were either transferred to common stock or either cancelled, leaving the original value of your investment higher in hindsight, as the market still has to do its own thing. So even if it says 300 billion shares, and used to say 100 billion, for example, that 100 billion in addition to the previous Series A, B, or C could be equated to 550 billion public shares, now less public shares. Okay, so yeah, in any case, this guy's he's trying to buttress this point. He's quite positive about HCMC, and we failed to point out that in the last video concerning the lawsuit, we didn't point out that the judge dismissed the case of Phillip Morris. The judge dismissed their claim to have the patent claim by HCMC thrown out. It was dismissed. So we failed to point that out. So one of the persons who commented on a video pointed that out, that the judge dismissed Phillip Morris' case to have the case dismissed. So moving on, we can see technically that, or fundamentally, it has a market cap right now of 178.7 million. It actually closed up 35%. I did not point that out. It closed up 35% for that session of the 3rd of March 2021, and it still has 105.11 billion shares outstanding. And coming down here, we can see that momentum seems to be it's still definitely in the doldrums. It's still very negative. And coming down here, we can see that it appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend, although its MACD is presently below the signal line. Shares will still remain 307.3% above an upward sloping 200-day moving average. Even given all that has happened, the several weeks of decline, it's still 307% above that 200-day moving average. So it's obviously hasn't reached up to 200 trading sessions since it started to decline, so it will still be above it. So in any case, but what we're looking at right now, what we just read out now, is as it concerns the short term period going back up to 20 trading sessions ago. So this is not absolutely what is going on right now. We're going to look at what just happened just a few minutes before the market closed concerning HCMC. Momentum for HCMC is strongly bearish. Absolutely, we just saw that. We can look up there again. You can see the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is in the oversold territory. It's very negative at the moment, but we understand that. We know what's going on. Some of those who are involved in the stock are busy, pumping down, spreading false or negative comments so that people will take their money off, and they will either benefit from that by probably buying at a cheaper price, or because they have been able to short it, or whatever it is. So let's leave that aside. You know very well. Momentum for HCMC is strongly bearish. We indicated that. This means that investors have been actively selling shares and driving the price lower, but some are still buying. Yes, the volume for that of the 3rd of March 2021 was lighter than usual. Trading we don't exactly have that figure, versus an average of 2.051 billion shares per day during the last 12 months. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer term accumulation has given way to near term selling pressure. So if we have to return and look at what's going on, what just happened before the market closed, before we come down here and we see this is what happened. This is roughly 1.5 hours before the market closed. Yes, this is roughly 1.5 hours before the market closed. We were able to plot out a few retracement and advancement Fibonacci grid plots or lines on the grid. So we can see that it reached this high of 0.0021. So if it closed up 30%, it actually closed up way higher than that. It actually reached way higher than that. So at this point, indeed, market participants took some money out of the stock, and it fell to this low of 0.016, which was a level it reached earlier on towards the latter part of that session. We can see that on various occasions we had this bullish upward trend, and followed by this retracement, and then an attempt again to extend it. But interesting enough, we had this bottom down consolidation that lasted for the best part of, would I say, 10 minutes or thereabout, roughly 10 minutes, which also proceeded on to move on in a consolidated pattern as well, but not with declines. So from there we also have the best part of another 10 minutes that did not involve any dips, any pullbacks. So, and we can also see that it's only trading below its 20-day trend line. This is the 50-day intermediate trend line. That's the only thing that it's trading below, or outside that it's it closed above all of its 20-day trend short-term trend lines. And look at that as well. You can see it held strong momentum for that 10 minutes. It held it, if not even 15 minutes. It held it. You can see that this is I mean, there's a pattern. It has done that earlier on. It did that earlier on, but this is, some positives, So who knows what's going to happen. As a matter of fact, in the aftermarket, it was up up around 5%. So fingers crossed. It's the stuff about Healthier Choices is not only its lawsuit with, or rather the expectation that it's going to win something out of that lawsuit. This company has the fundamentals. It's got products. It's it's selling and making money. So it's an ongoing concern. So let's not just focus on that lawsuit. Indeed, it is, amongst other things, one of the reasons why people have gotten involved with the stock. So moving on, we can go back and have a look at what's going on here. We can see that it is trading at this huge discount to all those short-term trend lines. So in the short term, it is definitely worth, getting involved and adding more to your position. You might as well go ahead and also add more to our position. So easily, this stock, you have to keep watching it. If you need to add more, by all means add more. And indeed, it's not with anything you can't afford to lose. So we are doing so with the stuff we can always afford to lose. So this is the update for now. We'll continue to update you as we get more information concerning HCMC. So if you're new to this channel, subscribe, like, and share. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.